Yeah, the second habit of highly success people is begin with the end in mind. So start with a clear destination. Kavi says we can use our imagination to develop a vision what we want to become, and we can use our conscious to decide what ways will guide us. So we all are we all are find it rather easy to busy ourselves. We work hard to achieve promotion, to achieve promotion, higher income, and more recognition and victories. But we don't often to stop to evaluate the meaning of behind this busyness. Behind the victory, we don't ask ourselves to to the thing that we are do so intently. It is what is the one thing that really matter to us. So in able to says that what we do, we should have a clear destination in our mind. By this, we can evaluate to ourselves that the way we are running are a right way for our life. So Kavi say emphasize that actually uh, self-awareness help us to reshape our lives instead of living our lives by default or by 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 the standard or by preference of others. We have a self-awareness to shape our lives. So come emphasize to self our life, shape our life. We should now aware to our values. And according to the Kavi's is awareness actually re-scripting of your re-scripting of your life. And re-scripting is that to find the ineffective script that have been written for you, and by doing proactively you can change that ineffective script and change it to your own values. So by and begin with end in mind is also very useful, also very extremely important for the for the organization. For a manager, for being a manager, it is about to efficiency. But for the being a leader, it is about to setting the to setting the to setting the organization motto what we are actually to accomplish. So everything we start, we should have a end in our mind, and by using our imagination, we can develop the we can develop the vision what we want to become, and uh, by using our conscience, we can decide what ways will guide us.
Okay, yeah. So definitely this again is a very important habit that we should begin with the end in mind. So we should visualize what actually we want to achieve in our life, and then we should do everything possible to achieve that goal. So when we talk about achieving our goals, there are two kind of, you can say, line of thoughts. There's a line of thought which says that burn your ships. Like if you really want to do something in your life, you just concentrate and focus on that thing and that thing alone, and just persevere and keep working no matter how hard you need to work to achieve that goal. And there's another line of thought that we should always have a plan B, that if the plan A doesn't succeed, we should go to plan B. So what is your opinion? What do you think? How should we be keeping our goals, and for how long should we continue to work towards achieving a goal? What's your take on that? Should we have a plan B, or should we just have a plan A and should not think about plan B, because that in some ways distracts us from achieving our goal?
Actually, according to second habit of Kavis, that we must have a, you can say, clear destination before we we start something. Sometimes it has happened to us that in the middle of something we recognize that it is not somewhat we want. So in that case we must have a plan B. So if we don't accomplish one thing and we don't reach to our goal, then we must have a plan B. Because if you don't have a plan B, then it will be, you can say, very frustrating for someone, and they have no option to continue in a wrong direction. So it is a good if someone have a plan B. So if in the middle of something, if someone recognize that 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 their plan is not, you can say, working, their plan is not working, then they can change their direction into plan B.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so talking about plans, talking about success of people, or is there any specific personality in Pakistan that you really like to, that you idolize, that you idolize, or that you think that he has done really well in his life, coming from a very you can say different sort of a background? Do you have any like success story like that, which you can say that that is the person that I would like to emulate? Is there anyone in your mind?
Yeah, I don't think so. We have so many motivational speaker, but they talks very good. They talks very good things, and they convey us very good messages. But I suspect that they don't have confronted the real issue. Uh, we have a, you can say, a very young little boy, Ahmad Safi, I think his name. He's I think 10 to 12-year-old. I don't think so. Yeah, a 10 to 12-year-old he is a person, and you can say, he belongs to a very elite class, and I don't think that he have faced so many problems, and I don't consider him or admit him to be a mentor for us.
So he's a
So
he's a
all
motivational
of,
speaker.
yeah, he is a motivational speaker.
From religious
And
point of view,
I
from religious point of view, or in general?
No, he is on journal point of view.
Okay.
Journal.
Oh, okay.
And there are also other motivational speaker. I suspect that they don't have confronted the real problem, the real situation.
They've just read books.
Yeah, they just, I listen many real motivational speaker, and I read a lot, many motivational stories, and many, you can say, watch the video. But when the real situation has come, when I confront to real situation, At that time, all the motivational things gone away,
Okay.
and we have to face the real situation. I don't think so. It works in real situation. Maybe in some case it works, but in my case, it never worked.
Okay, okay. So what we listen, so whenever we listen to a motivational speaker or whenever we read a motivational book, then we get charged up for some time, and then slowly
Yeah,
that motivation goes
percent.
down, and then we are back to our
Yeah,
true self. So that is there, but sometimes it can help. At least it can, I can say, ignite something inside you. Say for example, if you are someone who never goes out to jog or to run, and if you listen to a motivational speaker or someone, and then you said, okay, from tomorrow onwards I'll start running, I'll do start exercising. Sometimes there are people who continue with that kind of a habit, but most of the time people just fizzle out after 2 3 days. It's okay, it is not working in my case. So that's very true. So good, I think you managed to tell a lot about that book, about that habit. So before going ahead or doing something else, let me say some of the things that you have said. So what I really liked about it, that your fluency was there and you used a lot of heavy words, also good words, accomplished, this and that. So you were using it with confidence. Some of the words which were not pronounced correctly, and probably you can work on them, is like one word is, and these are all easy words, these are not the difficult words, like evaluate. Okay, so evaluate you said 3 4 times, but the pronunciation was not perfect. So just try, just make a note of it, and then try to pronounce it again and again, maybe 10 times 20 times, and then it will come, because this is one word that is going to come a lot in your conversation, in your speeches. So say evaluate once more.
evaluate.
Evaluate. Okay, evaluate. So you can go through the video once again, and you'll see how you were pronouncing it. So that was, the pronunciation was a little different. Then words like promotion. So how should you have said it? Not promotion. How do you write it?
Promotion, promotion,
Promotion. Promotion. Okay, so instead of
promotion. Yeah,
promotion, so when you said it, you said
promotion,
promotion. So we don't say promotion, we say
promotion.
promotion. Okay, because after P we write R, so it's promotion. So just repeat it 3 4 times, and I'm sure that you will manage to pronounce it correctly. Then script was one word which did not come out right. Many of my Kashmiri friends also, they
Script,
said script, something of that sort, right? So it's also a Punjabi accent. So instead
script,
of saying script, it came as a script. Okay, or rescripting. So rescripting was also not
descripting,
pronounced correctly. So yes, so you need to pronounce these words correctly. You need to practice a little bit more how to pronounce them. Okay, just say script.
script,
Yes, now this time you said it perfectly. Okay, script and rescripting. Okay, so when you pronounced it earlier, it came out as script or rescripting. So it was not very smooth. So you can try them again and again. Okay, then also and not. Again, you are going back to that old habit of saying it's also and not.
also,
So also and not. Say not.
note,
Yeah, so when you
note,
were saying it when you were saying it in a flow, it came out as not. Okay, so it did not came as not. So all need to be
oh,
pronounced. Okay, yeah, also and not.
also.
So that is one word. Other than that, I think you spoke quite well. Then could be break, that you had already corrected there. There's another word is which is a difficult word to pronounce. It is conscience. Say conscience.
Conscious,
Yeah, conscience. Okay,
conscious,
instead conscience. So instead of saying conscience or conscience, it's conscience. What is your my
conscious,
conscience? My
conscious.
conscience tells me that I should do this, something like that. Just hold for a minute. I have phone call. Okay, yeah, sorry. Okay, so I was talking about this. Yeah. Also not. Then very extremely. Obviously, very is not required when you are already saying extremely. So you can't say very extremely something, right? Okay. Then the word like manager. So you were saying it like manager. So how should you have said it?
Manager,
Manager. Okay,
manager,
so it is manager, right? But when you were saying it with the flow, it came out as manager.
manager,
That is something that you will note when you will
manager.
replay the video. Okay, so it's manager. Okay, and then sometimes it has happened to us. You wanted to say that it might happen to us. Okay, So instead of it has happened to us, you should have used it might happen to us. Okay. They talks very good. So many a times I've seen that you also have a tendency of adding an s after the verbs, even when you're talking in plural. Okay, so they talk very good. So they talks very good. So that is what you were saying about the motivational speakers. So that could have been avoided. I listen many motivational speakers. So what is the right way?
I have listened many motivational speakers.
I listen to many motivational speakers. Okay, so listen is always followed by to. Okay, I listen to many motivational speakers. When you are saying that I read a lot of motivational books, I listen to a lot of motivational speakers. So listen is always followed by to. I listen to music. I love listening to ghazals. So you don't say that I listen ghazals. I listen to ghazals. Okay, I listen to motivational speakers. Confront to real situation. Confront real situations. We don't have to write to after confront. Okay, so like I would say, I'm confronting you with a question. There was a confrontation between them. He confronted him with a question. He confronted him. So we don't say confronted to him. So we don't need this preposition when we are using confront. So this is something. These were some very simple mistakes, but I'm sure these will get corrected if you keep them in mind next time. But more important is that at least for the very simple words like also and not, there should not be any error anymore, right? Because it has been going on for a very long time now. So you have to be conscious about when you also or not. Yeah, also and not. Yeah. So when